and history. There is a marked similarity between prose fiction and historical narratives, as both present human experiences. However, it is important to notice the relationship between the two. Both are narrative projects, but history is based on actual events and real names of the participants. Actual dates and places are mentioned. History is therefore an empirical social experience because the historian is concerned with empirical data operating as much as possible at the level of facts in pursuit of specific truths. It is a factual documentation with the sole aim of education and preservation for posterity. Early historians could include inventions in the factual account as well as they were rooted in traditional knowledge or in order to orchestrate a certain passage. To the contrary, the literary artist is concerned with historical data as long as they provide him with the experiences he intends to present in his art. However, the language of the literary artist does not subsist on hard facts. He meditates facts in pursuit of both specific and universal truths while trying to please in the process. In the words of Chidi Amuta, the literary artist is faced with the problem of disciplining history to obey artistic purpose. There is a difference between the depiction of historians and novelists. There is a difference between the depiction of historians and novelists. Novelists depict the social, political, and personal qualities of a place and period with clarity and details more than historians. History is factual documentation, while prose fiction is a work of art. Prose fiction can very well be based on history, but the author uses vivid and graphic representations of practice and incidents to present an entertaining story. Authors of prose fiction, like historians, could document and present facts but not as accurately as the historians, because whereas historians present real names of the people involved, places and dates, in prose fiction real names are not used, though non-places and dates could be mentioned. This means that historical event could be presented in prose fiction, but the writer manipulates the story in an artistically satisfying manner. The writer here uses fictitious names to avoid litigation. In many works of prose fiction, the author or publishers indicates that the names are fictitious and recreates resemblance of any known person. What are the characteristics of prose fiction? Vermicelitude, verisimilitude. The foremost characteristic of prose fiction is verisimilitude, that is, equality, whereby the story is presented in such a way that the events are realistic. In other words, it gives the sense that what one reads is real or at least realistic and believable. For instance, the reader possesses a sense of verisimilitude when reading a story in which a character cuts his finger and the finger bleeds. If the character's cut finger had produced sparks of fire rather than blood, the story would not possess verisimilitude. It is difficult, therefore, for fantasy and science fiction stories that present impossible events to have verisimilitude. However, it is possible that the reader is able to read them believing what is presented to be true, though he knows that it is imaginary. This is known as the willing suspension of disbelief. Time and space. Another characteristic of prose fiction which differentiates it from plays is that the playwright is expected to condense the story within a limited time and place in a dialogue. This means that the writer has the liberty to present graphic details about the character and action. This adds the writer's ability to describe the environment, the actions of the characters, and even their innermost thoughts and feelings. Similarly, time and space are very important in prose fiction because every action in which people are involved is concerned with the passage of time in space. Time in prose fiction can be chronological time as well as functional time. Chronological time can be measured and quantified. For example, John began work at 18. At 22 he left home and he married at 25. Functional time, on the other hand, is not measured or qualified or quantified. It is development from one level of situation to another. Time is here determined by how much experience has been gained, not by how much time has elapsed or passed. Time is therefore important both chronologically and functionally. The time and space range helps to determine the goodness or progress of practice of heroism. Characters finally become what they are as they are assessed based on the experiences they have undergone as they pass through time and space. Volume refers to the size of the work. In other words, it is the length of the work which is in turn evaluated by the number of pages of a particular type of prose fiction. In terms of volume, the novel is the longest genre of narrative prose fiction, followed by the novella and the short story. However, it is difficult to set a definite length for each of these forms. Nevertheless, the following can use to form an idea of the differences of length between the forms we are talking about. Short story is a work of at least 2000 words but under 7500 words, 5 to 25 pages. Novelty is a work of at least 7500 words but under 17,500 words, 25 to 60 pages. Novella is a work of at least 17,500 words but under 50,000 words, 60 to 170 pages. Novel is a work of 50,000 words or more, about 170 plus pages. Atmosphere. If we talk about the atmosphere of this work, the term atmosphere refers to the emotion that provides the work. It is emotional feeling that gets as one reads a particular work. This feeling is stronger in some works than in others. The intensity of emotion in any particular work depends largely on the ability of the author to employ descriptive details that heighten the intensity of atmosphere. Language plays an important role here. The choice of words by the author helps to convey the desired atmosphere. The atmosphere is further heightened by the tempo of the action, the quality and clarity of the dialogue. Many novelists evoke atmosphere very well in their works. Let us discuss tone. The tone of a work of prose fiction is closely related to atmosphere, but is not as obvious as the atmosphere. It is the writer's attitude to theme that is being explored. It is usually elicited in the narration without the writer pointing it out or making direct comment. A good writer presents the story objectively without taking sides, but the tone is clear. The tone could be that of contempt, ridicule, condemnation, admiration, exhortation, and so on. Like in atmosphere, tone could change in the course of a narration. For instance, a writer's tone for the good characters may be that of admiration and that of condemnation for the villain. Drama. Drama is a literary genre which is realized in performance and can be described as a staged art. As a literary form, it is designed for the theatre because characters are assigned roles and they act out their roles as the action is enacted on stage. These characters can be human beings, dead or spiritual beings, animals or abstract qualities. Drama is an adaptation, recreation, and reflection of reality on stage. Drama is different from other genres of literature like poetry and prose fiction. It has unique characteristics that have come about in response to its peculiar nature. It is difficult to separate drama from performance because during the stage performance of a play, drama brings life experiences realistically to the audience. It is the most concrete of all genres of literature. In dramatic work, the characters or actors talk to themselves and react to issue according to the impulse of the moment. Drama is presented in the form of dialogue. In comparison to the other forms of literature, drama has an immediate impact on the audience. It is used to inform, to educate, to entertain, and in some cases to mobilize the audience. How to define drama? Drama has been defined as an imitation of life. Drama is different from other forms of literature because of its unique characteristics. It is read, but basically it is composed to be performed. So the ultimate aim of dramatic composition is for it is to be performed. So the ultimate aim of dramatic composition is for it is to be presented on stage before an audience. This makes it medium of communication. The term drama is used in three different senses: performance, composition, branch of literature. The word drama is generally used for plays that are acted on stage or screen. These plays are different from musical performances because they must tell stories which are acted out by actors and actresses. These actors and actresses must be playing roles by imitating other characters. It means, therefore, that they must assume other people's personalities by bearing different names, ages, occupation, nationalities, etc. Finally, they must be conscious of themselves as actors by trying hard to pretend that they are actors they are representing. Composition. Drama is used to describe a dramatic composition which employs language and pantomime to present a story or series of events intended to be performed. Sometimes, especially with written compositions, they may not be presented on stage, but this does not stop it from being drama. In as much as play is enjoyed more when it is performed, you can still read a play and be entertained by it. Branch of literature. The word drama is a term used for that branch of literature that covers dramatic composition. You know already that drama is a literary art. The basic difference between drama and other forms of literature, means prose and poetry, is that drama and the other forms of literature, prose and poetry, is that drama is presented in dialogue from the beginning to the end. Any information by the playwright is given in stage direction. We have dialogue in prose and poetry, but they are interjected in the course of the story. Definitions of drama. In Anatomy of Drama, Martin Aeschlinger has given some definitions of drama. Drama can be seen as a manifestation of the play instinct, as in children who are playing mother and father. Drama is something one goes to see. This is organized as something to be seen. It is an enacted fiction, an art form based on mimetic action. In arts, drama is the most elegant expression of thought nearest to the truth. It is the most concrete form in which art can recreate human situation, human relationship. Aristotle defines drama simply as an imitation of an action. In his view, human beings take pleasure in imitation like children playing father and mother in a childhood play. This means that imitation is part of life. Thus, human beings have the desire to imitate others, situations or events. However, according to Bertolt Brecht, drama is not just an imitation of action, but a tool for the demonstration of social conditions. It is not just an entertainment, but an instrument of political and social change. From these definitions, we can conclude that drama is a way of creating or recreating a situation, an articulation of reality through impersonation or reenactment. The term drama comes from the Greek verb dran, which means to act or to perform. Many scholars trace the origin of drama to wordless action like ritual dances and mimes performed by dances, masks, players, and praised during traditional festivals or ceremonies. One account traces the origin to ritual in the traditional society or in the primordial times. Sometimes the seasons did not come as expected. When this happened, men felt that they had offended the gods So they devised means of appeasing these gods. That act of appeasing the gods is what we refer to as ritual. Ritual, as expected, involved a ceremony in which the priest played an important role at a designated location. Most beach shrines, the priest would normally wear a special dress for the occasion. That role, the dress, and the utterance or incantation are regarded as dramatic elements. Drama could therefore emerge from this. So, if it is presented for entertainment and there is an element of impersonation, imitation of an action, and reenactment of an action, it is drama. Another account traces the origin to man's desire for entertainment. Branch of literature, the words, the word drama is a term used for that branch of literature that covers dramatic composition. You know already that drama is a literary art. The basic difference between drama and other forms of literature is that drama and other forms of literature is that drama is presented in dialogue from the beginning to the end, and information of the playwright is given in stage direction. The term drama comes from the Greek word drain, which means to act or to perform. Many scholars stress the origin of drama to wordless actions like ritual dances and mimes performed by dances, masked players, or priests during traditional festivals or ceremonies. One account traces the origin to ritual in the traditional society or in the primordial times. Sometimes the season did not come as expected. When this happened, men felt that they had offended the gods, so they devised means of appeasing these gods. That act of appeasing the gods is what we refer to as ritual. Ritual, as expected, involved a ceremony in which the priest played an important role at a designated location. Mostly shrines, the priest would normally wear his special dress for the occasion. That role, the dress, costume, and the utterance or incantations are regarded as dramatic element. Drama could therefore emerge from this, so if it is presented for entertainment and there is an element of impersonation, imitation of an action and reenactment of an action, it is drama. Another account traces the origin to man's desire for entertainment. Here, during festivals or other ceremonies, they recreate the feats of some legendary or mythical heroes to entertain the people. Language, literature, and education. The nature of drama. The nature of drama. Drama has developed and been improved upon by various dramatists over the ages. It has developed and been improved upon by various dramatists over the ages. It has also been influenced by the developments and changes in the world. The unique nature of drama makes it possible for it is to be read and also to be performed. Unlike the prose and poetry which depend on narration, drama is presented only through dialogue. The novel is divided in chapters and the poem is written mostly in stanzas. Drama is presented in acts and sentence scenes, movements or parts. William Shakespeare made the 5-act structure the standard for his plays. Each dramatist is free to adopt his or her own style. Drama is temporary in nature. Every performance has a definite duration, that is, it is lasts for a certain length of time. Each performance of a play is therefore a distinct work of art, even if the actors, the composition and the decors remain unchanged throughout the production. Each performance varies in nature and quality, as one may be better than other. A good example is in case where an actor may have performed badly in one production and better in another one. It means therefore that every performance of a play, even by the same actors, represents a different realization of its possibilities, and no single performance can fully realize all its possibilities. Once a performance is conducted, it ceases to exist except in one's memory. Realistic presentations could also be viewed from the same perspective. Functions of drama. Drama originated from ritual. It is an important branch of literature and the most concrete of all art forms. It is devoid of the distant intimacy of the novel, the abstract message of the fine arts, the incomplete message of music, or the cryptic and echoic language of poetry. It presents a story realistically to the actors, to the audience. Drama is therefore used to entertain, inform and educate people. You can see that it is the most effective tool for mass mobilization by the government and private agencies. For example, most campaigns against AIDS, drug abuse, child abuse and so on are presented in form of drama to educate, enlighten, while at the same time entertain the people. Of all the creative artists, the dramatist is the best position to mirror his society and to effect social reforms. This is because his work has the unique characteristic of presenting events in a vivid, picturesque and realistic manner. This helps to imprint social conditions realistically in the minds of the audience. Its message is therefore immediate. The rich and the poor, the young and the old, the literate and the illiterate enjoy and assimilate the message of drama once it is presented in the appropriate language, as the actors live out the story message on stage in most traditional societies. Drama forms part of the communal dance. In Africa, reenactment of some feats like hunting, warfare and other events are usually part of the bigger festivals. Some of these events are presented in form of drama to entertain the audience. In Greece also, drama form part of a bigger festival. Greek drama is acclaimed to be the earliest recorded form of drama. 5th century BC, it is said to be have originated from the Dionysian religious rites and also remained a communal rite during the classical period. The dramatist of this age gave insight into the philosophy and religious beliefs of the ancient Greece. These early Greek plays treated life's basic problems with utmost honesty and attacked social ills using legendary and mythological themes. This helped to ensure sanity and equilibrium in the society. In the medieval period, drama was used to elucidate the message of the gospel through the reenactment of the biblical stories during Mass. It was later expanded to include the dramatization of the lives of the saints and other notable stories of the Bible that did not form part of the Sunday's lessons. It was therefore used for the spiritual and moral growth of the people. Drama and theatre also played important role in the social lives of the people in the ancient Roman Empire. In England, Germany and France, playwrights like Shakespeare, Brecht, Goethe, Molière and others, in varying degrees, used their works to enable their respective countries to carve out and affirm a unique identity for themselves. Hager 145. The American industrial sector was radically but positively affected through the intervention of one play. Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman. This play is regarded as being responsible for the spirit of industrial revolution in America. In Africa, Kenya to be precise. A playwright, Ngugi wa Thiong'o, was arrested and detained because of the political and social consciousness which his play "I Will Marry When I Warrant" aroused in the audience after the production. The play was written and presented in his Gikui language. This enabled the audience to assimilate its message immediately and to react accordingly. Ngugi was forced into exile. The drama of any society, therefore, reflects the problems, aspirations, philosophy, and cultural background of the people. You see that dramatists can use their works to help to shape the future of the societies. We can do this not only by reflecting the ugly sides of the societies, but also by promoting the positive aspects of the people's way of life that are worth emulating or cultivating. They also help to ensure the continuity of their tradition and culture by reflecting them in their plays. Each dramatist therefore tries from his perspective to use his art to enlighten his audience on the goodness, imbalances and shortcomings of the society. Apart from their thematic concerns, each dramatist in his own style of relaying his message tries to highlight his cultural background through the use of myths, legends, music, songs, dances, proverbs, riddles and other local expressions. In this way, Dramatists all over the world are regarded as the conscience of their societies and custodians of their moral and cultural values. Theatre. It is important to explain to you that theatre is. This is to avoid the erroneous impression which some people have as they interchange the drama and the theatre at will. Theatre comes from the Greek word theatron, which means a place for viewing. Theatre therefore refers to the space used for dramatic presentation or for other performances. Hence, you have the National Theatre in Lagos, Oduda Hall in Obafemi, Awolowo, University the Crab at Uniport, the Open Air Theatre at Unijust, and other theatre. One play could be performed or presented in many theatres. There are different types of theatre. It could be a house or an open space. Depending on the performance, if you have visited the Ovolvo University, for instance, they have three theatres. The Oduduwa Hall, which is big and modern theatre in all its ramifications, the open air theatre behind it, and the pit, the smaller theatre where the actors hold most of their rehearsals. You see, the shape does not matter. What is important is the acting space. Theatre is also used for other performances that are not necessarily drama. These performances include masquerades, displays, dances, puppet shows, music, jamborees, and other forms of festival. The basic elements of theatre are actor, space, and audience. Thank you. Your presence is praiseworthy. All the audiences, spectators, those who are listening, watching, may God bless all of us. Thank you. Nice to see all of you. Nice to talk to you.